Hey y'all, we back at it again and again and again with another episode of Pass the Wine Please. It's your girl Sydney.
It's Sierra.
It's Mia.
And yeah, we in a new little studio. New studio. Who is this? Need a ride. Call that other bitch.
Oh,
That was so
aggressive.
But yes, studio under construction right now, so we giving a little homey feeling right now.
Yeah, we got to thank our girl V for, giving us a little space to give Pass the Wine Please vibes. Like this is
This is cute. Yeah. This is it gives. If y'all like it, let us know, and we can make it official.
Why are
Official.
you trying to sound like Trick Daddy? Like what?
Trick Daddy is crazy. That wasn't even in my head, but okay. Anyway,
y'all, baby girl got some wine from our friends, so she gonna introduce.
Okay. Well, if you had been watching, we got invited to an event in Baltimore, to like host or whatever, and we met a bunch of different people, but we specifically met this young lady who created this wine, her own rosé, and the bottle is so freaking cute. Look at the bottle. I mean, it's just gifts. 3 beautiful black women that I feel like all represent us. You know what I'm saying? So it was just meant to be. But it's called Suede Rose wine. The percent is 13.3%. So sis understood the assignment.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Now that I see the name of the wine, y'all,
A funny story. We recorded a little bit before, but the mics weren't on, so we had to start over.
but that's exactly the description. It feels like suede on your tongue.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good name.
Maybe Sydney figured it out.
She stopped us to
Say it.
Yes. I mean, it's pretty smooth. Like y'all can.
Yeah. No, it is. It's smooth. We're gonna do it again.
It's very, very smooth. Very citrusy. So if you do
But not
not
citrus
like
bitter.
really tart wines, then maybe this isn't. This rosé isn't your go-to, but it's smooth. Like it's very, very smooth. Like first initial taste, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not really a big rosé person unless it's like champagne. But
Yeah,
not
it's
hateful. Like, I
not
can
it's
drink
not like
it.
get this out my mouth.
Yeah.
Bitter. Like it's good.
And then our second rosé is a Trevanzine Cavit Collection Rosé 2020, imported from Italy. This one is 12%, and it's supposed to have strawberry aromas with flavors of raspberry, cherry, and watermelon.
Definitely
It's not.
embodies what it says. Like it's sweet, but it's not super sweet for a rosé, if that makes sense. Like it's
not bad.
it's good.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm kind of torn between which one to
Yeah,
put in
because
the
it's like
decanter.
the slight sweetness that I wanted from the suede rosé you get from the Cavit.
And the aftertaste of the Cavit. Maybe that's what it is. It's not like a super
I don't have an aftertaste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really like a.
Yeah. So maybe the strawberries and the Cavit like evens out the flavor
of
like
it,
the
yeah.
bitterness versus, the suede rosé.
I'll
Honestly,
still go with suede.
yeah.
It's stronger.
Why you put your finger on your nose?
I don't want to decide.
Oh, you didn't want to
I'm
decide?
going with suede.
Yeah, because I honestly felt like either way I was just going to pour a little bit
Suede
of
in
the
it.
suede and then pour a little bit of the Cavit.
All right. Should I do it since I'm closer?
Yeah.
Sure.
We wanted to bring back the little unpopular opinion thing. So who wants to go first? Because mine isn't that bad, so I'll go first. I don't know if y'all have saw recent news or if y'all even care. And if y'all don't care, then I get it because I wasn't paying them anyway. But we gotta pay them student loans back in blood. They are trying to get it back in blood, and yeah.
You ain't getting shit.
Yeah. The only way y'all are gonna get me is if y'all garnish the Pass the Wine Please. Garnish my wages from Pass the Wine Please. And guess what? We're still looking for sponsors. Thank you. Bye.
I love that.
Like, hello.
But I'm with you though. Like legit, y'all not getting that back. And if you're watching this, oh well, you're not getting it back. You're really gonna have to come find me.
Or unless I decide to work for the government.
You're really gonna have to come find me because I don't even know my login.
Which kills me every time you say that.
Password. So.
I just feel like they went all this time without taking our money. What is the difference in you doing? Like, you don't need it.
Giving billions to the Ukraine.
Yeah, like,
and then they made the account people made an error and was supposed to send 2 and accidentally sent 6. So
I would like to say she pointed at me because she said accountant. I'm sure.
Yeah, because she's like, them her people.
Oh,
Y'all just making errors
she
like
pointed at me
that.
like I did. I'm like, I don't work with
Come
her.
on now.
y'all
them
just
your
making
people.
errors like that. You can't be doing that.
I'm putting the blame on all of y'all.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what the world does. When one messes up, we all gotta mess up, okay?
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all mess ups ain't gonna fuck me up because I ain't paying it. How about that?
That's a good one.
Y'all want us to go to school so bad and push education so bad, but then charge us extra arms and legs that we don't have and put us in debt. Like, no.
I feel like that's a good unpopular opinion, but at the same time, very popular. I feel like the only people who don't agree with that
Or
the people who don't want
I love to meet somebody that wants to pay back their loans.
Yeah. Well, I actually, shout out to my god sister who actually paid off her thing. You go, girl.
You go, girl. I love that for
My
you.
brother, he paid off his student loan.
I love that for you.
Y'all.
I love that for you.
God bless y'all.
I hope they reimburse you. They ain't gonna do that. I'm wishful thinking.
What's my, okay, I got like 2, but I'm gonna go, which one do I want to do first?
I don't know.
My first unpopular opinion is y'all could kill me later. I'm more so thinking about when it comes to like soul food and Thanksgiving.
Don't give your
and stuff,
disclaimers. Just say it.
But
Let it out.
mac and cheese is not all that.
I don't know. Like when I was a child, I have an auntie. She calls me her mac and cheese like diva, like because I was always in love with mac and cheese. But you know, as I've gotten older and I try to be more health conscious, I will say that like I have not like, and I know how to make mac and cheese. Like y'all know that.
Yeah,
like I have not made mac and cheese in forever.
Honestly, Thanksgiving could come around and I could not put that on my plate and be perfectly fine.
Fuck out of here. I love some mac. I don't know if it's because both of you love pasta, like just as much as I do, right?
Pasta.
I don't know. Mac and cheese just always hits. Well, I've had bad mac and cheese, but I've had more good mac and cheese than I've had bad. However, I don't know. It's just like a staple on a plate.
No, but y'all, I want to go to Las Vegas because Keith Lee, he tried this place with like, it was a soul roll with mac and cheese, sweet potato, and I can't remember what else. But no, Keith Lee, you're not gonna trust Keith Lee.
Because why do y'all want to eat it all together? Why can't we just put it on a plate?
It's a snacky snack.
Eat it?
I would agree.
Like,
I was in Atlanta and I had like an egg roll with it was greens and collard greens and mac and cheese in it. And y'all know me, I don't like my food touching, but I tried it. It was alright. But again, I wouldn't put it all together.
I trust Keith Lee, so
mac
that's
and
the only
cheese,
reason.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can kill me later. I know everybody love it, but if I go to a soul food place, give me like chicken, greens, and yams, and I'll survive.
I'm scared to say my unpopular opinion. I really am. So, my unpopular opinion is men have little to no right in a decision about a woman getting an abortion. Little. I'll listen to you. But
Okay.
at the end of the day, my body,
Are you saying
my choice.
on like a from a legal standpoint, like as far as people trying to pass laws that say whether or not we can or can't have an abortion?
Or you just saying?
Or are you saying that if a woman decides she wants to have an abortion and the man doesn't agree, he doesn't have a right to that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the fence, mainly because like I don't know anyone personally, but like I've definitely heard a story of like someone who already had a child and like told the person that they were with like, at the moment this does not work for me financially. I just got on my 2 feet figuring out my situation with my child. And like I can afford my child. I'm trying to figure out how to afford me and my child. And the woman took it upon herself to like be like, oh yeah, like I'm pregnant and I'm keeping it. And it's like he told her like I can't afford like. And then she was mad when she ended up having the baby and he couldn't. And it's not even that he wasn't a bad father, but financially. He knew what he put it out there, and she tried to paint him as a bad person when it's like you knew,
Right.
So I think in that situation was his him saying that like, oh, I can't afford it right now. it would be best for me if. I don't think he's wrong for that. I think if you sit down and make the choice to create a child together, both people should be able to have opinions. Now, whatever the woman decides, the woman decides.
Right.
But that's why you don't just sit down and lay down with anybody.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm with Sydney on that only because it's like, to Sydney's point, he say, I'm not financially ready for this, blah, 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 blah. And you have the kid, now he's a deadbeat. Because he can't do what he already told you he couldn't do. But also, I just feel like everybody loves to say, like, women love to say, like, this your child too, da 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 da. Oh, now it's my child too. But when you're pregnant, it's my body. Yeah. And it's like, I get it, it is your body. But again, that's both of y'all kids.
Right.
Now, if his excuse was just something dumb, then I do feel like what he's saying, do what's best for you. But if it's legit reasons why and like stuff that like make a big difference in a child's life, i.e. having money or being able to afford a child, that's very important, being able to afford a child, then I don't see nothing wrong with a man having an input. I do think it's how it's done too. Because some men do come off like real like, you gonna give it like, it doesn't matter like how you talk to a person too, because that's gonna make me, to your point, want to say forget everything you're talking about. What I'm gonna do, because you're coming at me wrong.
So I will say, like, I know I probably sound like an asshole in me not thinking about, you know, of course, like, if you lay down with somebody and, you know, he is a great man, he wants to be a part of the child's life, et cetera, that's fine and dandy. However, if you have, I feel like for a mother it's different, or for a woman it's different. Like, if you have a mother that is caring and genuinely cannot or does not want the baby. Now, what if the lady doesn't, not the lady, the woman doesn't want children? You know what I'm saying? And the guy might. In that situation, it's definitely different. You can tell me that you want this child, but if I don't want to carry or don't want a child, I am all for a parent wanting a child at that time. If they don't,
but
so, I mean, so what's the difference of the man on the other side if he don't want to have a kid right now and don't want to be a dad?
But she wants the child.
Isn't that the same thing?
Because then the guy would be wrong for
not wanting to have a child. But you just said that it's okay if she don't want to have a child and don't want to have a kid.
I mean, if the guy don't want to have a child, you said if he doesn't want to have a child,
like if he tell her, I don't want to be a dad, like,
and then she wants it, then she doesn't want an abortion, so she's
right. But you're saying
it's okay for her to say, like, I never wanted to have kids, and the guy should just be okay with that.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying vice versa. It's like a versa. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think about it on that end, to be honest, but that's just my unpopular opinion as far as the situation. I guess it's situational too. You know,
really
it's situational.
It's a level of like respect.
And I've seen, like, I used to work kind of in that stuff, so it's like I've literally seen it all. Like, and at the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is y'all need to vet the people that y'all sleep with,
like you said,
without a condom. It's no, ask these cute little questions. No, vet the fuck out of that person, okay?
I feel like anybody that I've had sex with unprotected, that I knew what the outcome could be, I don't think I've ever had like a situation where I felt like it wouldn't be like a smooth situation to figure out. Like, we want it or we don't. So I do think, to your point, is who you lay down with. Like, I gotta ask these right. There's no reason why you have an unprotected sex and no backup if you know you don't want to have kids.
That's what I'm
like,
exactly.
And that goes on both parts though. If she don't have a kid, even then her learn and birth control or something. Like, come on now. I don't believe in accidents, but that's another unpopular. I don't believe in baby accidents.
Oh yeah. You knew what you know what sex does.
Hello.
Exactly.
But I do think what you said about maybe like what did you like?
I was
the way
like
you said it in the beginning,
oh, the question?
Your unpopular opinion. You said something about men
have little to no say in women's choice for abortion.
I think it's like a 60-40, like a 75.
I think on a constitutional level, of course not. But I think like communication and relationships, like it should be 50-50. Like it should be a decision that is made together.
Like, you know, telling or having an abortion, you ain't tell your partner that you had a baby. That's wild. It's a holistic shit.
Right.
However, like I just said, my main point is I don't like when women bring children into the world and they don't necessarily want to have the child. Like that's
because a
not
lot
good
of
for
them,
you or the child.
a lot of them do it to keep the man, but that's another conversation.
Oh yeah, and then you find yourself in situations where like I just looked down at this card. That little boy YK Osiris, his mother did not raise him right.
Yeah, clearly.
Because why would he continue?
Clearly.
Like you try to kiss a girl. Like first of all, he should be embarrassed.
That shit pisses me off every time I see that video.
Like
Right.
he should really be embarrassed. But like you don't know about consent at all. Like
Boundaries.
that's like
violating women.
your friend tells you go kiss that girl. You just gonna go kiss her just cause? Like how old are you? Like yeah. So
First of all, don't touch me. Don't put your arms on my shoulders. What? You don't know me like.
I feel like I be wanting to scream when a man touches me in any way that is not like friendly. I'm being quite honest. Like if I'm at a club, then a dude be like, "Hey, what's up?" and his hand go around my waist.
Yeah,
I'd be
no.
like,
yeah, like
what
I don't know you.
doing?
Like I don't know you
Yeah.
at all.
That's
like,
why I dap niggas up. I'm not even lying. That's why I
Like,
don't touch me.
How you doing? You know, but you don't have to touch me. You don't have to. Like,
But it bothers me because the main question has been, do women over sexualize themselves to the point that it's like how are the lines of consent get blurred? But it's like I don't think maybe a woman can over sexualize themselves, because I will say I just saw a video of Janelle Monáe performing at Essence
And pulled
Fest
up her-
and just
for no
pulling,
reason.
and
don't have
like
a
people were like
mind.
there were kids there, and it's like okay, in that instance maybe, but like someone rapping about what they enjoy, I don't think that's over sexualizing themselves. Somebody wearing a crop top, showing a little skin is not over sexualizing themselves. It's like I think y'all putting it, the way the media puts it out there makes like women get over sexualized, but I don't think like the things that we do on a daily or the things that we enjoy on a daily is over sexualization to the point that men just feel like they could come up to us and kiss us.
Yeah, like that was your consent to do
Yeah.
that, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I have every right to freely do what I want, dress how I want, say what I want. Freedom of fucking speech. If I want to talk about how good my coochie is, I can. That doesn't mean you come up to me and tell me that you want to lick it. Like that freaking video of what was his name, DJ One. Did y'all see that? It was him, Candy, and I think it was another girl on there,
I think
but
it
she
was
was
Suki.
no Suki, but it was another like
Another
other
rapper.
Yeah, I don't know who she was. She wasn't really talking much. But anyway, he pulled out, like they were having a conversation, and he pulled out a picture of his penis and showed it to Suki. Then we started talking about like the stuff that she says in her videos, and he was like, "Oh, you like that shit anyway?" Because he was talking about like, "Oh, like I want to lick your pussy. Oh, I'm sorry, I want to lick your vagina. I just want to." It was just he was doing too much.
But even then, I feel like that sometimes it goes to show the level of respect that men have for certain women, like how they view women from their perspective, because Megan raps about the same thing. Cardi, and you have never seen anybody walking up to Megan or Cardi just trying to do stuff like that. Now, did they get disrespect? Yes, but it's just like I don't know, men show themselves in a lot of situations, but then at the same time, I could definitely say I've heard of women randomly walking up to men and kissing them. And stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
It goes
it's
both
on
ways.
both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
both ways, but I do think that you'll probably say something about this, but I do think that it's like more common in men.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
But it definitely goes more ways, but it's definitely way more in men. And I feel like with men, it happens in all different aspects. It happens in person. It happens through a text message, like you said, a dick picture. Like, why do I want this? It happens on social media. It happens literally. You can't do nothing. You literally can't do nothing without it being sexualized.
I was thinking about your question, like, can women over sexualize themselves? And first I was going to say no, can't happen. No. But I mean, thinking about it, there is a certain time and place for everything. It's, well, to your point, like with Janelle Monáe. And then I thought about Erykah Badu's video for Window Seat. Like, she was walking down the street stripping.
There's a difference, and there's a difference in a message. And in that part of the song, like Janelle Monáe said something about her areola.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I love Janelle Monáe. I've listened to the first album to the one that most recently dropped. So it's not, I can't say her behavior is weird because it's Janelle Monáe,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think there's a time and a place. Like she, in that moment, she wasn't trying to send a message. It was just like, oh hey,
Yeah.
that's it.
I think, and the reason why I think she did it is because of all the attention of the men that she's been getting from it lately. She did it somewhere, and then
Somewhere else.
yeah, like a month. She's been showing her tatas like 5 times within the past 2 months. No lie, lie. I forgot where it was, but every man I know was talking about her breast. It was.
No,
like,
I do know what you're talking about because my uncle, like I was on the
Yeah.
phone with Uncle Kendall, and he was like, "Did you see what Janelle Monáe did?" And I was like,
talking about it.
I really must be under a
And
rock
the
because I haven't
crazy
seen
thing
that
is,
one titty.
No one said nothing bad about it. Now that's I guess because she's a celebrity. Because if a regular girl walked around with a sheer shirt on, it would be a problem.
Or you think she's a little more respected in the music industry versus if we're talking about Sukihana? What's her
probably, and I think like the name of her most recent album is called The Age of Pleasure. So some of the stuff around it I get. Like if you've listened to the album, it really is like empowering women to
embrace their bodies,
feel their best sexy
and,
selves, go out with your girls, get drunk, get have fun, show a tit if you want. But I just think like, I don't know, because you don't see people walking up to Janelle Monáe trying to just what's the difference in what Janelle Monáe is doing and what Suki does?
The issue is, if they like the person or find them attractive, there's nothing they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
And that goes down to rappers, anybody.
Sukihana is beautiful.
Yeah.
Everybody around looking at her, they don't find her attractive. Because, again, we have people like Ruby Rose who walk around here with showing her body all the time. But ain't nobody like,
Oh, I've never seen that girl with clothes on.
That's what I'm saying. But nobody's saying like, you know why? Because all the guys think she's attractive and they like her, so it's okay for her to do big wild. But when somebody like Suki do it, it's like, well, she doing it, so why can I approach her like that? Like,
and I'm not like picking a side here, but if Janelle Monáe's music, I mean, if you're not a head bopper and you're listening to what she's saying, like you can tell what the album is about. But I feel like Sukihana, I feel like I'm saying her name wrong now.
I'm just gonna say Suki.
She's a little more vulgar with her words. So do you feel like that is part of like?
But to Sydney's point, so
She just
Megan,
puts herself out,
Kim,
right?
So
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
Trina, so is so
That's
many
true.
people.
That's true.
So,
There is a song. It's called "Freak Like Me" by Adina Howard. I went to my parents and I'm like, remember when it's mainly my dad. I'm like, remember when you was, because my dad is always trying to have like these deep conversations, like, oh, well, how do you feel about the WAP song? What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, it was
And
a
it's
big
like,
controversy when that song came out.
And I went to my parents the other day. I said, so I'm trying to figure out why everybody was tripping because "Freak Like Me," like Adina Howard,
a lot of
is
songs like it
way more like, come on now.
Yeah.
And I
That's
still be
crazy.
cranking it now that I heard it, and it's like, ooh, yeah, it's "Freak Like Me."
But what is wrong with women like feeling themselves in that bag? You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
that's
Like,
the
And that, I think
You know,
I
what
think
is wrong with
they're
that?
Feeling itself in the bag, because even if I'm just rapping and don't even mean half the stuff I'm talking about, the fact that y'all really taking this like
That serious.
because it's me. Because you have rappers rapping about stuff that they don't do, but nobody like, and that's okay. So now I'm just want to speak some shit that most women could probably agree to. Maybe it don't even deal with me. It's just stuff that other women could relate to.
I think it hurts their ego.
Like-
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it makes men
Are you
feel
mad
less
'cause we're over
masculine.
here?
Men want control over everything. That's why it's like they want control, but they don't want the blame. It's like when it starts getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And they realize that they're in the wrong. It's like, oh, but you had it out there. I mean, think about the fact that it's like in schools to try to stop, you know, little girls from being sexualized. You have to wear
little
skirts
skirts.
longer than your fingertips. But guess what? You can still
Do
be
what you
touched
wanna do.
inappropriately. Yeah.
Spacesuit on.
Right. So it really doesn't matter. But it's like I think it's about the control that they can have over it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think one of y'all asked, but to your point, yes, we can over sexualize ourselves. I can see that, but that still has nothing to do with consent. I
Exactly.
over sexualize myself 1,000. Like I could walk outside naked right now. That does not mean you have the right to come up to me and just think we about to just
get it on.
It doesn't mean that. Like, I mean, yeah, that's wild of me. You might record me, but that still does not give you the right to come and put your hands on me.
And you know what blows me about what you said about consent? For a lot of these men, they don't realize it until they have a daughter, or they sit and look at their sister and be like, oh, like, I can't remember what I was watching the other day, and there was a guy, and he was literally saying, like, because I have sisters, I try to, like, treat women, you know, how, like, I try to think about my sisters when I'm taking women out, treating them the ways that I do. And it's like, that's nice to hear, but it's like, is that always on
your mind when you're doing the shit that you do?
mind?
Because honestly, when I saw that video of YK doing that to Suki, that's the first thing that popped into my mind. I'm like, okay, if you had a daughter that a young boy was doing that to her, or your mom or something, like, how would you feel about it? Like, if you haven't seen the video, please go look at it. I don't want to piss you off, but it might piss you off.
But then did y'all see the video of, I think it was Jermaine Dupri saying, Lotto, like, I think he, like, this, I don't know if he discovered Lotto. There was some show called, like, Rap Game. Yeah. He was saying how she could have been big, but he wasn't comfortable with
what she was
them,
trying to talk about.
with them wanting to sexualize her at such a young age. And now that she's older, it's okay, but, like, it didn't sit right with him that that's what they wanted to do with her at that age.
I respect
so it's
that.
like, it really is like, it's not just us. Like, you could sit here and you could be trying to make it in the game, and they'll tell you, like, oh, that's cute, it sounds good, but it's not going to sell because...
Remember what What's His Face said when we was doing our, what's the name? Our photo shoot?
Oh, yeah, we were doing our photo shoot, and we were trying to, like, we were, you know, doing our setup. And
I think we were trying to figure out poses.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out poses, and I think he was, like, giving us ideas and all that, and then he was like, sex sells, and we was just like, that's not the image
that we're trying to give.
Yeah, like... You know, and there are sex podcasts, but ours isn't like.
Yeah, you're not about to see our booties tooted up and shit like that.
You might get an episode here and there, but it's not like an everyday thing.
But even with our recent episode, the sex episode, that gives, I don't know, I don't want to put no thoughts in nobody's heads that gives no right to what, like, if they see us on the street or recognize us, hey, you trying to do what you said you was going to do in that podcast.
Oh, yeah,
I will smack
First of all,
this.
that's Champ. Like, are you how old are you?
I will smack the dog shit out of you.
Like, on through y'all head to think that just because someone acts a certain way, or you've seen videos of someone act a certain way, that means that you could go and approach them and do the same exact thing. If I'm twerking, you still need consent to come dance behind me.
Right.
Most likely I'm going to turn around or stop, because, like, you still.
No,
really, because I don't think y'all know, like, when we're out at the club and we dancing with our girls, we see a guy coming our way. We will whisper, "Oh, he's
coming," or we doing the tap, like somebody's coming.
And it's up to us, but if we don't want to do it, that's
right.
fine too. I don't give a if I was just bent over. That don't mean I want you behind.
Right. I'm not
you.
Exactly. People really be missing it, like, real bad.
And to your comment about I got daughters or sisters, that comment always blew me, because you know why? You had a mother first, so now all of a sudden you want to think I got a daughter. Or I got sisters. Well, you should have been thought this, because you always had a mother. I don't even know if you always had a sister. I don't know if you had a daughter, but you always had a mother and a grandma and all of that. So yeah, please, auntie. It's a lot of, like, that whole that kills me so much when people like, I got a daughter now. So you was just dogging out women knowing you got a mom. Like, right.
I feel like I saw this has nothing to do with what you just said. It was just, I saw it this morning. Like, Meek Mill had. He was defending YK in the situation. Did y'all see it?
Dang, I hate that.
I saw him.
I love him.
I saw him tweet something, but I didn't see. Like, I saw everybody mad about the tweet, but I didn't see.
He was basically, like, defending him and saying, like, yeah, please accept his apology. Like, this is a young man in the industry, a young black man in the industry. He's apologizing for his mistake, basically saying, do not cancel him, and I was like,
I mean, you can't cancel
I'm
anybody.
Not canceling you, but I'm not gonna
he's old enough to know what consent
exactly
is. And maybe that's the issue. Like, these people, like, that grew up in the industry, maybe they were homeschooled and didn't get to go to school, but, like, I can remember in middle school, it was a thing where, like, boys would try to touch your butts. Yeah. But you know what we would do after? Like, we would literally try to run after them and swing on them and smack them after, because it's like consent. So it's like, maybe, them not going through those moments, like, makes them like, I don't want to say weird, but makes them like, that's where the disconnect is. But
yeah,
bro, like,
and I'm sorry, but certain stuff coming from certain people is just like,
yeah,
whatever. Not saying like I love you, Meek, but like certain people is just like,
your comment meant it meant nothing to me.
We all took. I feel like consent is one of the first things they teach you in health class, like in school. So, and I get it. You might not have Meek Mill. You might not have been in class, but it's just like. Every day you wake up, bro. Like that's not any. I'm sorry because it's not an excuse. You expose yourself to so much. You got all this fucking money, but you don't know about consent.
He probably wasn't in school.
Judging the man. I mean, he skipped health class. Clearly,
we would skip class and we was in school every day.
I enjoyed health class. My nerdy ass.
School is not even an excuse.
That starts at home. That starts at home.
Like when you like, I feel like when like most people try to tell their kids like, if this person touch you, let me know.
Right.
Or, like if this person does this, they're not supposed to touch you right here. They're not supposed to touch. You learn that as a.
Oh, like, when your mama see that your boobies are getting a little big, they're gonna be like, all right, look.
I think the problem is a lot of men just look at rape and that's it.
Yep.
They look at like I'm not raping them, so it's no issue.
Physically, like there are
all they see is rape, and then
subtitles under rape.
It's okay. As long as I didn't rape her, we still.
Because a lot of men don't understand that coercing someone into sex is still it kind of falls
under that.
Rape.
Yeah.
Like trying to like getting someone drunk to have sex with them is
rape.
coercion.
Or coercion, rape, under rape.
Come on
whatever.
now.
Yeah,
they think it's game though. That's the problem. They think it's game.
I really think that.
And then when you tell them, their ego gets hurt because it's like, what do you mean? What I've been doing?
Oh no, I didn't do that. I would never rape anybody.
And the reason why I say
I'm not a creep.
Because I don't. Y'all, for people that's from the DMV, a couple years ago they had like the whole little like rape page and blah blah blah. But a lot of the friends of these people were saying things like, he would never go that far. He may have done this, that. What?
Right.
Rape is not like that's not. It's all these other steps before that still ain't like you should not be doing.
Right.
Granted, okay, you're saying he didn't rape, but you're saying that he could have touched her in ways she didn't want to. That's
all of it, all included, and that is a huge point that I feel like men. We just said it be missing.
Yeah.
You know.
They think I just smacked her butt. That's it. I ain't.
And even when I think about that, it hasn't happened to me recently where I just be out and somebody's touching my butt, but a lot in middle school or high school, just men just like it's not even it might not even be a smack. It'll be a little what's it called? Not a glaze. I want to say glaze. A glide, like as they walk. And I'm telling y'all, nigga, don't fucking touch me. That's how I be. But like, I don't know. It's
and if you
they don't even realize how.
Mia.
Oh my gosh, leave it alone. That was in my past. I mean, I still do it, but that was in the past.
The living crap out of a man.
I didn't beat the living crap. He's still living.
He was a little boy.
He's still living, I think.
I'm crying.
Anyway.
Now he's still living.
Right? I'm like, why she just make it so literal? So literal.
Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know, because first of all, me personally, I've never walked up to a guy and just grabbed his balls or his dick.
Never.
So if I don't know how a man can attest to what a woman can attest to is how uncomfortable. Hey.
But at that point, it's very consent.
Exactly. If I'm doing it, it's consent. Anyway, all right. I don't know if a man can attest to how. Blah blah blah. This joint is kind of spanking me. I don't know if a man can attest to how uncomfortable and mentally fucked up that can make you feel versus a woman when it gets done to a woman. Like, even Suki, she said that like she went home and cried. Like she doesn't drink anymore, but she wanted to drink. Like that shit was.
I can't remember, but to Suki's point, when somebody commented was like, y'all sure she uncomfortable because she's smiling, and somebody said you never heard of like a nervousness.
Yes,
like,
she didn't literally know what to do.
People smile when they're nervous. Like you have not. You're on camera. So
and she wanted to maintain a professional.
That's somebody's mother.
Yeah,
she's someone's mother.
Exactly.
And yeah, she might rap all crazy, whatever. But I feel like when she first came out, she was always with that same dude.
Mm-hmm.
So really
like,
dude, right?
That's what makes this worse. Like she talk all this in her song, but no, she really like a one.
Like think of all the nasty stuff you've done with a man that you like, that you love. Does that warrant someone else just being able to come up to you and try to stick their tongue in your mouth, or like, no, it doesn't.
I definitely put a lot more.
And I would love to get into this conversation a little more, but maybe with the men, because I know a few men that have like been sexually violated, and it's like, oh wow, like.
So what did they say they feel? Did they say?
They would like a lot of the times. I think they was like originally like in the moment they didn't really know how to act.
Sometimes I think they don't even realize that it's happening.
Yeah,
because a lot of times in their head, sometimes they may have like not gonna say wanted it, but probably was thinking about it or whatever. But as it's happening, I don't think they realize, and like, this person is taking advantage of me or doing something that I really don't like. And because it's not common for men to come out with stuff like this or say stuff about this. So I really think they probably just deal with the battles in their head.
Yeah.
The way that we sit here and talk, like, I could call y'all and be like, somebody's following me, somebody just touched me, somebody just... A man not gonna do that.
But that's the thing. I feel like
we have all had
more recently
in the grocery store.
Somebody following her in the grocery store. You called us and said you had to call your uncle who was a police officer because someone was following you in the car.
And even the other day, I went out with my friend for her birthday, and she is mid-40s. And there was this guy in there. Yeah, that's my girl. Hey, girl. Anyway, mid-40s, and we were, drinking. She wasn't even really dancing for real. Like, she was just chilling. And I got there a little late. So apparently, like, one of her friends was like, yeah, this old guy over here is, like, he was in the vicinity of us. And he was like, this guy right here is trying to get up on X, Y, and Z. So I looked at him. Dude got to be like 60. And drunk as a skunk, like just drunk. And it's like grinding behind her. Like, when I say following us around the entire thing, I was blown. Because I don't want to say her name, I'm sorry. X, Y, and Z wasn't really saying much. She was just like, oh no, like, he's good. Like, she felt, I can see it, like, that she felt a little uncomfortable. But me, y'all know me, she said no. Like, move. Like, she didn't want to dance. She didn't want to kick it with you. She don't want to skate with you. Move. Like, freaking move. Right. But that shit was, like, all I can think about was the recent episode that we talked about, like, in the workplace and stuff like that, how men just are a little too forward, where it makes a woman feel uncomfortable and feel like they're being sexually harassed.
But
and I was like,
y'all, literally sometimes it does not click. My mom called me once because she was in Target in the book section looking at books. She said this guy like trying to pretend he looking at books too. So she leave out, and like, I think she said she could see the guy like walking in the parking lot, but he wasn't walking toward her direction. But she got in the car, and luckily she got in the car and locked the door. She looked up, the guy is outside of the car.
What just happened to me outside
like
too, yeah?
Outside of the car. My mother is in her 60s, y'all. Like,
remember I was sitting outside my car and I told you I was trying to leave out my car.
Oh,
but the dude
yeah.
Acting he get a ride. And he just staring at me like this.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god.
And not even to put the blame on men. If like maybe if you want to talk about it. Remember when you texted us you was at a restaurant with London? You went to the bathroom. Shorty came back and was in your seat. Like, what the fuck? I was pissed.
Hold on, wait, what?
You remember?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't.
The girl.
Girl. It was y'all,
it was okay.
Like harassment. Like, I came back, she's in my seat, but like she like, oh, you leaving? But like
caressing. I wasn't there, but I felt it through the text messages.
Like, she think like, she's a woman, so as a woman, it ain't as bad, but it's still bad. It like, do not.
Maybe the issue is like people don't know how to approach people. There's a social disconnect.
Oh my gosh, the elevator don't go all the way up.
Yeah, no, it don't.
Something.
I remember. I'm like, what are you talking about? Now I remember because I sent y'all.
Yeah.
You said like 4 of them.
I was so disturbed. Like, we left so quick.
You said 4 of them.
And I just like left so quick because it was just like.
That shit is crazy.
Like, literally, like, she like put me on her lap, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, it was like a bar scene.
Yeah.
So the blame. So I feel like I should get back to the question: can the blame be placed on us based off of what you said?
Based on women.
Yeah, placed on women over sexualizing themselves. No, but in a situation like that, when it's like a woman that's attracted to other women, in some situations, can they over sexualize other women? Yes.
Yes. And to the question to go back, I do think we can't. I think we could overly sexualize it, but I'm not saying it in a way that it's okay. Like, it's not a bad, like, it's not, I'm not saying it's a time and place for everything. I think that's what I mean when I say it. Like, we can't over-sexualize ourselves in a way that it's a time and place for everything. Like,
and then there's a difference between over-sexualization and hyper-sexualization.
Yeah.
I think overall, the media is pushing like this hyper-sexualization thing to the point again where like people are like, oh, fuck consent.
Right.
Like everything is out there. Like, but
yeah, we definitely have lost that rule of thumb. Consent.
It's sad.
Wow.
I actually think it's very, very sad. And I think it's like, because it happens every day. Like here, where we are, like you have guys who tell other guys about their sexual experience about another girl, how easy she may have been. So the next person thinks they could go do
it's just as easy.
But it's like, boo boo, she might be easy for him because it's consent.
It's a thing. Yeah, boo boo.
Does not mean she's gonna be out here with all of y'all. Like, please.
Yeah. Ooh, like the stereotype. If a man call another woman a hoe, she can go. She'll do whatever. But I've even seen like prostitutes uncomfortable. This is on movies. Like I don't know prostitutes.
No, I get
but I'm just saying like on movies, I've seen women like uncomfortable
even
in
as
situations.
prostitute, it's still consent.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm collecting the coin and that's your consent. Okay, cool. But you're not just grabbing me off the street.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
And even I feel like even at strip clubs, you can't just touch and caress on those women like that.
Right.
Like, you do that, you get in trouble. They're trying to kick you out the strip club. Like, you know, you have to respect these women in the spaces that they are in. Like, at the end of the day, Suki trying to make money.
Exactly.
Suki Red rap about her pussy hole and her booty hole.
It's brown and it's pink or something.
Right, it's brown, it's pink, whatever. Does that mean that she goes into a space and somebody is like, oh, spread it right now?
Right,
no.
and she do it. Like, no.
So,
and that's
like,
what pissed me off about that
respect
interview.
women in
But
their spaces.
And I don't care if I did say that in a song. If I did say in the song, I walk into the room and you could stretch me out.
Right.
It's a song.
You said you had $100,000. Just show me $100,000 right now.
Thank you.
he said he killed 2 people last night. He ain't kill nobody. I'm just saying. Niggas be men be rapping about a lot of stuff that they never done a day in their life. I'm one of them.
The second a woman rap about it, they believe every single line. And it's like, dang, she just can't rap, get catchy stuff. Like, y'all rap about guns and stuff. I can't relate to that. So I don't want to listen to somebody who talking shit that I...
Right.
Like, I'm not out here robbing for put on ski mask.
And I feel like honestly, I feel like if we all got in the studio, we would, the first thing we talk about in the studio, like we would sit there and be like, my pussy's sorry.
Exactly.
Like, you let it stay.
Exactly. Tooted and booted. Something like that.
Let me tell you something. Because I'm a rap that I got a fat ass.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, hello.
My titties double DDs, but they really not.
I could say I was with 5 niggas last night. Like, what?
I could say I had your husband.
And what about it? And what about it?
I don't even like married men. Hello.
And what about it?
Like,
The fuck? Don't walk up to me.
All of this stuff is an
You need an appointment, nigga.
Time is an illusion. How do you know I'm real? Pinch me, bitch. Like, come on now.
Hey.
That's your problem, not my problem.
Ooh, see your phone down the steps earlier was crazy.
Yeah, we ain't going on that. We are here.
Did we answer? I think the other question was, no, we did.
What?
Why is the blame placed on us?
All in all, what we saying? Go ahead, say your part.
I was just gonna say, I think women have been treated like this since the 80s. You know, and it's just it's just gotten worse. I don't know what it. The media is definitely a problem.
Empowerment. That's the issue.
Yeah. And maybe if we stand up for ourselves a little more and stop making excuses for the stuff that he or she does to X, Y, and Z.
Women have to have more women's back.
Yeah, exactly.
There were so many women underneath who was like, I mean, Suki talk about stuff like that. So what's the problem?
The only
aren't we all like women? Like we
right.
stick together. And
we all like to have sex.
Yeah,
not everybody does, but you know,
men be right when they say that women really be against each other. And they be right when
they do.
We really do.
I think the only woman that I saw stand up for Suki was Amber Rose, and Amber Rose in the cut, at least for me, because I be under a rock.
relates too, because Amber
Yeah,
Rose
she's
called
another
a lot
one.
of
Yeah,
different
exactly.
things.
Yeah.
She's the whole slut walk.
Yeah.
Like, so, but again, it should have been way more women out here.
Yeah. And even
men, should have been more men saying stuff too, saying that y'all men are tripping. Like, it should have been other
Right.
men.
Because
going
I
at
feel
the
like
men.
in the video, like I did see a clip of the video with Candy, the interview that she was doing. I feel like at some point Candy should have been like, all right, now you're doing too much.
that's exactly what you in my head. I was literally about to
Yeah.
say you sitting here laughing, and I don't know if that's like a.
But Candy has also been accused of like sexualizing women, like falsely accused
Right.
of. So maybe in that moment
You
again,
talking about Candy?
Burris.
From- yes.
Yeah, with Portia.
We're gonna look at the video after because it was crazy.
Yeah, so it's
Because
But I'm
was
saying, but they all like,
completely
you get what I'm saying? They all,
yeah. DJ One was going in, like it was making me
saw- it-
uncomfortable
yeah, it was
watching it. Like
cringe,
Thomas, I want to
yeah.
lick your yada yada yada, and
But
it was
you gotta be when you sit down. I feel like even when you sit down for an interview like that, you gotta question: is this interview that I'm doing? Will this person
Is it-
have my back or have my best interest?
True,
Because
yeah.
the same thing, like you said, we out, and if somebody approach us like that or sit down, you gonna be like, ho ho ho, stop, what
right.
you saying? Especially with Candy being a little, I guess older in the game, you would think that she would step in and be like, this
Like,
is
cool it.
inappropriate. Now we don't know what she said after or before.
But
Right,
that doesn't
but-
matter.
right.
You
Yeah.
didn't go defend her publicly. So
Yeah.
what you said
And
back
nothing
and
even-
forth probably wouldn't even matter.
I agree with that. I mean, and she didn't make no public statement that I saw. And if I'm wrong, correct me.
If you didn't say nothing in that moment, you're irrelevant.
Because I don't know, y'all. That shit just pissed me off. And he was like, you like that shit, don't you? And she was like, no, I don't like this right now.
Yeah,
I mean, during sex maybe,
right
but
now, and then like a month later or a few weeks later, I don't know if y'all, like I said, a video just came out of a girl doing something to her. I think I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. But everybody like, oh, but it's okay for a woman to do it. I'm like, maybe she got consent. Y'all feel me? Like in the video, like Suki was having a good time too. Like it was like a consent thing. We're good here.
yeah.
So I just think all in all, no matter what I wear, no matter what we do, no matter how overly sexual we are on ourselves, I don't think that is an invitation for the next man, women.
And consent is sexy, guys. Like asking
is. Oh my
permission
gosh.
or making sure that what you do is okay. Like
I swear it is.
would open the room for way more. Like
I swear it
come on
is.
now.
I'm a little more wet. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just ask.
I was thinking it. I didn't want to say it, but they said it.
Don't send me no pictures without me knowing that it's coming. I don't like pictures anyway. But if you was to be like, want me to see a picture? I'm gonna be like, yeah. But don't just send it random. If I wake up and then boom,
Right.
a hairy.
To taco meat, you didn't even
And
shave.
that's the thing. It be taco me all that. Like, come get it together. We be getting together. We be putting on full production. And then y'all
For real.
But I want
For
y'all
real.
to know, don't send us no whack or nothing without like a notice because you're getting sent in the group
Oh, yeah.
chat.
At least do the invisible ink so we know it's about to be a graphic picture.
That's what I do. I use
I love invisible
ink.
ink.
It gives like a little.
That shit is sexy.
You don't do invisible ink?
Yeah, surprise. But I'm just thinking about like invisible ink. If a man sent invisible, how do you take a screenshot of that?
You gotta hold it.
After you do it and click on it, it just comes up. Like once you go to.
Oh.
Maybe I ain't. Yeah,
If
I'm
you
gonna
go
say
to
I swear
photos,
every
it
time.
all-
Oh, if you go to photos, yeah. I thought you meant if you
After
click it and then.
once you click it, it comes up.
Okay, I ain't
Yeah.
never done all.
It's in the cloud now, so look, do it at your risk. Cause I think we said before we sending it.
Oh, I send.
See,
I mean, I
definitely
give them a
sends.
warning. I'm like, y'all ain't coming.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta brown nobody.
Right.
But they get.
I'll be at work. I just go to the back and
You
look.
send it to me randomly. They got it too.
Yeah.
So don't do it. Consent that.
No bullshit.
You didn't consent to send it to me, so I'm going to send it to that.
Ooh, that's true. You didn't, so now you're in the group chat.
God, this wine smacked me.
No, really. I honestly think the Suede Rose
I like
wine
them.
is
Sit
perfect
together.
for like the sit down girls chit chat.
Yeah.
This is like picnic
Yeah.
outside brunch type.
It's
My
cute.
girl.
You did your thing.
Yes.
And if y'all want to, hit her up or get some yourself, I really suggest that you do her Instagram. I got it on this card. Let me see the card.
Period. She was ready.
It is Sip Suede. That's Instagram. And her website is sipsuede.com. It's very simple, very easy.
We're also going to tag her. So.
Yeah. So you got all the information,
Shout
but you did great.
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to black women in the beverage industry trying to make it. This was a very smooth, tart wine.
But not a bad tart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I have tart wines, it's like, this is.
Yeah.
She hit different.
This is a perfect wine for a girls' night. Perfect wine for a girls' night, like literally perfect. I wish we could have just had 2 bottles of
those,
that and not the Cavit. But we wanted something to compare it to, and honestly, like
that's not nasty, but it's just
this, you could go to a local
literally. I just went up the street from my house.
But finding Suede Rose might not be as easy, but I think it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Like, this needs to be in stores ASAP.
Yeah, and the pricing is not crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's a reasonable price.
And I honestly, y'all know I'm a hoarder, but the bottle is really cute. Mm-hmm. And I even like like you said, like the message.
Yeah.
Like, cheers, sis. I love how it's like personable, like she's like calling us sis and stuff like that.
I want another bottle so that we could do a charcuterie board.
Oh, that'd be cute. We should do that.
That'd be cute. With like
We're past our planning for a girls thing.
Yeah.
Sydney just said when we got out the car, she was like,
I said, can we see each other outside of recording? They told me, girl, you always got a paper.
well, I mean, this weekend she did say she had a paper.
Okay, so I'm going to rate this one an 8. And this is high for me because I feel like I always...
For rosés, yeah. Y'all know, I don't like anything dry. I like sweet wines.
You know, we rarely do sweet on this show.
Yeah.
So.
And for me, I would say this Suede Rosé is neck and neck with that very first rosé we had.
You have a great memory.
On our first, I think it was either the first or second episode we recorded. That rosé was, so.
I do remember that. That shit was horrible.
Yeah. No, it was good.
No, one of them was horrible.
Would you rate that?
Anyway, I didn't finish giving.
Maybe I'm.
I would give back the episode.
I would give that a 9 out of 10. The same way, like I feel like we should compare that one with this one and then really see, because to me this is the second best wine
I would give
it on the episode. Like
I give it a 10 out of. I don't have a reason to.
You know what? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back and get every wine. We're gonna do a whole, what is it called?
I don't know.
Bracket, okay?
Ooh,
oh yeah,
that'd be cute. I'm gonna do a bracket.
Yeah. At the top.
To me, this is neck and neck. So
should we categorize it by the type, by the type of wine, right?
The first one we tried was a rosé. Like it was like, I can't remember. I think one of them was Camp Vejo, and then it was another.
Yeah,
I do remember.
Yeah, but. This is like my number 2 so far this season.
Ooh, top 2.
Yeah.
Top 2, not 2.
Yeah, what you give it?
I'm giving it a 10 because I'm litty and it tastes good.
Yeah.
And it does match my eggs.
And honestly, it's like I'm not even thinking about this. Like,
honestly,
this
was good, but I'm here.
Yeah. Not her pushing it to the side.
I'm sorry, but like Suede is the way to go.
Sydney never finishes her testers.
She don't.
That is the beginning of the show. Like, you're okay.
I just gotta give one more shout out to my girl because
she cannot be peer pressured.
I also am really like in love. This was like the most perfect picture. Everything about
it's so cute.
Did you read the message? Mia read the message.
And
here's
it's
to
like
living
a little
freely, coloring outside the line.
girl, they can't hear you.
Here's to living freely, coloring outside the line, showing up bold, taking more adventures, and creating amazing memories.
Yeah,
that should be your goal for the rest of the year.
It really should.
We got
really
another half left. Period.
So we're gonna cheers one more time. Since I never finished my.
Why didn't you put it in your cup? Oh, you have some in there.
And I never. Cheers to living freely and bold.
Period.
It's the year. You can close us out.
And she still didn't finish.
Oh, I thought we was chugging it. Fine.
Chug.
And just that, if y'all haven't already, check out all the past episodes because you don't want to miss out on those. It was a lot of juicy topics. If you don't already follow us on Instagram at Pass the Wine, please. That's PLS. Check us out on Apple Music, YouTube, everywhere else. It's in the bio.
Did I just do sign language? Did y'all see me? PLS.
Oh, you did?